Hello, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new around here, my name is Jade and my channel is called Florida Obsessed because, as the title says, I am Florida obsessed. So I vlogged my first series to Orlando in November with my two children and my mum. So it wasn't our first time going. We've been lots of times before. I've just never vlogged. I just thought I'd give it a go because I enjoy watching so many other people's vlogs. So we did that in November, and at the end of that one I said that I was going to do a quick video, if I can make it quick, about how I book our holidays or our trips out to Orlando. Everybody's different, but I just thought it might be helpful to show some people how I go about booking mine. Everybody books it differently. I just want to say that in the beginning. I'm not linked to any of these companies. I'm not promoting any of these companies. I'm not paid for it or anything like this. These are all my own opinions. And obviously when it comes to the prices of things, everybody's different. Everybody has a different budget. I'm going to be working on the cheapest budget, just to show that you can obviously adapt from the cheapest budget. So things like flights with no bags, because you can add bags on. Not necessarily every single family member needs a bag, a checked bag. I don't find anyway, personally, but again, everybody's different. And so the car as well, I'm going to base that on a small car, because again, you can adapt from that and make it bigger and pay more money if you want a bigger car, and things like that. So, and also with spending money. Spending money, again, is a grey area. Lots of people have opinions on the amount. Lots of people will ask on groups on Facebook about how much money should I take spending money. I have two children, there's two adults, we're going for 14 days. Everybody's going to have different opinions. Everybody's going to do different things on holiday. So these are just my opinions, and there's no right, no wrong, but you can work off it if it's helpful for you. And yeah, I just hope you find this video helpful in some shape or form. I'm going to do it as if what you see on my phone is what I see, and we'll talk through it. Sorry if you get bored. Some people enjoy this sort of thing. I know I do. I definitely get a lot. I enjoy researching. I like to find the best price for the most value that will get me to the same place, you know, but I like to make sure that I've looked around. I can spend hours looking at this sort of thing. Some people don't care and they just want to book like the most easiest and straightforward way to get out there, or package, or whatever it may be. So yes, I will show you. So I like to start out with a quick like overview plan of what my budget might look like. So for a family of four, I've based flights and the budget to be around £2,000 for direct flights, hopefully. It depends on what time of year you're travelling. Obviously peak season, school holidays are going to be a lot more expensive. Next up, the villa, around £2,000 I've budgeted as well. Again, depends how luxurious you like it to be, how many bedrooms, etc. Car hire, £800 to £1,000. The prices of that have rocketed since the pandemic. They are starting to come down now, I've noticed. However, they're still pretty high. I used to pay £300 to hire a car in Orlando for 2 weeks, and that was back in 2018, 17, I think. And then we've got theme park tickets. Again, depends which ones you go for, but I've based it on Disney and Universal combo. We've got airport parking at the London airport. Spending money for a family of four, I've budgeted $150 a day. We like a meal out most days, so that's taken that into account, and then little bits and bobs on top is £1,600. And then we need our ESTA visas, which are valid for 2 years, but a family of four is going to cost you about £43. And then that's bringing the grand rough total to £9,043. So that includes most things, really. Okay, so first up, we like to have a look at SkyScanner. So SkyScanner is a website where you can check the prices of any flight. It will bring up the cheapest. So here we're going to search for a family of four, 2 adults, 2 children, travelling from London, any London airport to Orlando. We're going to go with the dates of June the 6th. For 2 weeks to Monday, 20th of June. So a 2-week holiday. They're the dates we're going to use for all of these demonstration purposes. So as you can see, it brings up, it tells you what the cheapest, the best and the fastest routes are and for how much. So as you can see here, British Airways are coming up cheapest at the top. So for a family of 4, you're looking at £1,687. Something I recommend with SkyScanner. So I usually just use SkyScanner just to have a look quickly to see who's the cheapest. So I always advise booking through the airline website directly, because on SkyScanner here, as you're about to see, when you click on the flight that you see, it will bring up who are the cheapest to book those flights with that you can see. So there's places like netflights.com. Then obviously second in line is British Airways themselves, so they're slightly more than what the cheapest price is. You can book with people like netflights.com. As you can see, they've got quite good reviews. They've got 4.5 stars out of 5. The only thing I'll say is you get more protection booking with the airline direct, I find. British Airways are really good since the pandemic. They're really flexible. You can get your money back in a voucher and use it another time if you don't want to go. I think you can cancel up, well, you could, I need to check maybe. I think you could cancel up to 3 weeks before you go and get the money back in a voucher. Okay, so after we've looked at SkyScanner, the next thing I'll usually do is go on to British Airways website direct. I always find British Airways the cheapest, so we'll have a look directly with them. So first we'll look at flights, because you can see the 3 different options up there: flight and hotel, or flight and car. So first we'll look at flight. So we're popping all the details. As you can see here, it's got a week span at the top, and the date that we're looking at, Monday the 6th. It's got 2 flights from London Gatwick, 11 o'clock and 2:30. And then it's got another flight from London Heathrow to Orlando. And then if you carry on scrolling down, it's got connecting flights out to Orlando. So this is just the one going out to Orlando on this page. So we're going to go with the first flight, because personally I like to get out there the earliest. That one arrives at 3:20, out into Orlando. So that's a direct flight. We're going to go with the economy basic. As I said, we're going to just use the cheapest options here for this demonstration. So this does not include a checked bag. It's hand baggage only. You can add on checked bags later on. So now let's have a look at the return flight. So it's got a few flights there. I personally like to come back the latest time, so I've got the most time out in Orlando. So if you scroll down again, there's got connecting flights coming back, but we're going to select a direct flight coming home, and I'm going to go for the latest one, which is 10 to 9. Again, it will be economy basic. So now it's going to calculate our final price. So this is for 2 adults, 2 children, flying directly to Orlando and back from Orlando with no checked bags. So the total price for these flights is going to be £1,804.68. So the next thing we're going to look at is, sometimes I like to compare the British Airways flights and car package. So what we'll do is we'll go back to the home page, and then we will select flight and car. So we're popping all the same details, the same dates, and we'll have a little look at how much that will be. So as you can see, it will bring up the cheapest option. The cheapest option for the smallest car, as I said, we're going to use today, because as you can see, if you scroll down, there are bigger cars for more money. So today's option is going to be a grand total of £3,207 for 4 people. So that's for the direct flights and a small car. With booking a flight and a car, as you can see there on the right hand side, you can secure this package for just £200, and I believe the balance isn't due until around 3 weeks before you go. So that's a better option for those that aren't looking to pay directly out for their flights right now and just want to pay with a deposit. So another option I also look at is looking at the flight and hotel option. So I go on the custom trip, because if you select flight and hotel, it will bring up a hotel for the whole duration of the time that you're away. If you do a custom trip, you can customise the flights and the hotel for however long you want and where you want to go to. You can put in multiple flights, etc. So on this occasion, we'll do the flights as per normal. So the good thing about this custom trip area is that you can put different airports in if you wanted to. So if you wanted to fly into Tampa and out of Orlando, you can do that here. You can play around with the airports and find cheaper prices. Sometimes we like to do a cruise, so say we might go on a cruise from Miami, which means we'll fly into Orlando, drive down to Miami for our cruise, and then maybe jump on a flight from Miami back to London. So that's the sort of thing that you can do here with this custom creating your own trip. So we'll just pop the dates in. We'll use the same dates, and then we'll add this into the package. And then next we're going to add a hotel in. So on this demonstration, we're going to do a 1 night hotel. So what I like to do sometimes is add a 1 night at a Universal Premium hotel, because you get fast passes. So you can use the fast pass on the day of check-in. So you can check in very early if you like, 8 o'clock. You get fast passes to use in the theme parks, and then you can use them on the day that you check out as well. So we're just going to add 1 night in. We'll do it halfway through the holiday. At one of the premium hotels. So when we add this to the package, it's going to bring up like a random hotel, but we've typed in Orlando, so it should bring up all the other available hotels. So we've got it on the package there. So if we click on get prices now, then it should bring up some more hotels that we can choose from and the flights. So we want to make sure that the flights are direct still, because sometimes this area can bring up indirect flights, but you can change them. If you look, it says view flights if you wanted to, but we've got a direct flight going out to Orlando. And then if we scroll down a little bit further down, then we've got the hotel that they've recommended. And if you look just below that, you can click on view hotels. If we click on that, it will show us 68 other options. So if we scroll through the list of hotels, there's lots to choose from. Some cost more, some cost less. You can see things on there like ones that include a complimentary breakfast, late checkout, free nights, Disney benefits if it's a Disney hotel, etc. So if we carry on scrolling down to find a premium one, so the Hard Rock Cafe, the Lowe's Royal Pacific, that one there at the bottom is our premium hotels. There is another one, I can't remember what it's called, but on this occasion we're going to add on the Lowe's Royal Pacific. It's £400, so that will be added. And as you can see down the right hand side there where it says summary, and that tells you the total price for the flights and the 1 night that we've added on at the Lowe's Royal Pacific. And also you'll notice that it says you can pay a deposit, so it's a £150 deposit that you can secure that package with. Next we're going to take a look at the Virgin Atlantic website. So we're on the website here, we're going to put in the same details, the same dates, the same passengers, and it's going to bring up the choice of cabin classes that it offers. So again, we're going to go with the cheapest one, which has no checked bags included. So that's going to be the Economy Light. At the moment it's on Economy Classic. So we've got indirect flights and direct flights again. So here we're going to change it to Economy Light. So it's the cheaper fare. Now we're going to choose our return flight coming back from Orlando. So there's a couple of flights to choose from. They're 2 different prices. The later one's more expensive, as you can see, and then we've got the indirect flights coming back as well. But we're just going to go for the cheaper option at the top there. And then the next page will give us the overall cost for both flights. So next up we're going to look at car hire. I like to use a travel supermarket comparison site just to see the best prices for the time that I'm looking. So we're going to go ahead and pop in the same dates. A good tip is to put in the same pickup time as your drop-off time. Keep them the same, because otherwise it can sometimes mean you're paying for an extra day if you put like an hour longer or something. So it's going to bring up the cheapest price first, so it's £682.67 for the compact car. So you will notice that at the very top of the list will be all your off-airport rental companies. So you do have some companies that are based in the airport, ones such as Dollar, Alamo, Sixt, Avis, but there are some that are based off of the airport. Since the pandemic, the prices of car hire abroad has risen astronomically, I'd say. I used to pay £300 for 2 weeks in Orlando. Now I'm looking at between £800 and £1,000, and therefore the off-site ones. So you can use the filter at the side. We'll have a little look at one of the ones that I mentioned that are based in the airport terminal there, just to see the price comparison. If we select Avis, and we'll select Sixt as well, I think, for comparison. So these are ones that are based in the airport terminal. So as you can see, £1,336. Personally, that's double the price nearly. I wouldn't pay that. In fact, I think that's just over double the price. I wouldn't pay that. That's a lot of extra money just to save me getting on a shuttle bus to the rental company. I am actually going to be trying one off-site next week for the first time, so I will be vlogging that, so check back to see how that goes. So we're going to keep it with the off-airport company. We'll go with Discover Cars here. That's who I'm using next week. We just got a compact car, one of the cheaper ones. So it's going to take us to their website where you can book directly with them. So there's a compact car, tells you what's included. Now it says free cancellation. Just be careful with that, because I had this problem. I thought I could get a full refund. That's what I thought it meant. With this company, it means you get a credit voucher, which is fine because I've used it for my travelling next week. That's the total price of what you'll pay. If you scroll down further, you can add on extra coverage. They usually offer you extra insurance at the desk when you arrive anyway. I've taken mine out ahead of time for next week. But as you can see, on this occasion, it's £5.26 per day for the extra coverage, which it explains about there, details what's included. Usually it's less of the excess that you have to pay and things like that. So it's got the cost of the rental, how much you can pay now to secure it, and the cost that you'll pay when you pick up. So next up, we're going to look at villas. I don't know about you, but I sometimes like to live in a dream world and look at luxury villas out in Orlando. This is the website to do that. There's lots of really nice villas on here. TopVillas.com. So we're going to pop in the dates, same as before, just to have a little look. We're going to set the filters to be for the amount of bedrooms that we want, whether we want a villa, a townhouse, a condo, a private pool, all those sorts of things. And now we'll get our results, and we can sort these as well from price low to high, although I don't really find that it actually abides by it whenever I do it. So the first one that comes up is one of the cheapest, I think. So it's £2,089. It's got some other ones there to choose from. Lots of lovely villas in really nice resorts as well. So there's lots of resorts that are a lot closer to Disney. Champions Gate's very nice, very expensive. Reunion's very nice and very expensive. Reunion Resort, you can see there. Windsor is a very close resort as well. Solterra Resort, that's also nice. Not as close, but it's very nice as well. So there's lots to choose from there. We'll click on this cheaper one for now because it looks lovely anyway, and we're trying to base this on the cheap version. So as you can see, you can pay a deposit now, £417. It breaks down the cost there for you and tells you when the rest is due. We'll go back and have a little look at the pictures of the villa as well. Got a lovely big pool. Looks very nice from the outside. Nice, clean, fresh inside as well. I love a villa. We like staying in villas because everyone's got their own room. You know, you've got a private pool. And we take things to make lunches, pack lunches when we go to the parks, because we like to eat an evening meal out. And when you're eating lunch out and dinner in the evening, it can really bump the price up of your holiday. So we usually do a food shop when we get there, and eat breakfast in the villa and things like that.
So that looks lovely. So that's what we'll base the quote on today, that villa. Somewhere else I like to go to look at villas and the prices is VRBO, so VRBO.com. Lots of owners advertise their villas on this website. It's quite nice because it's quite personal, because you can contact the owners. I like to do that to try and see if they'll reduce the price, maybe give me a really good price. You can contact each owner directly. So again, we'll filter our results to what we're looking for: a private pool, a 3-bed villa, and we'll click on the results to get those, and we'll also price them low to high. So this first one up here, this one's 1,485. So it's going to start with the cheapest and get more expensive as it goes up, but they're quite reasonable. Something I found when booking our August holiday was I found one that I really, really liked on TopVillas, but it was quite out of my price range by a good £1,000. So then I continued my search on VRBO.com, and I stumbled across the exact same villa. It was around £1,000 cheaper, so I was really, really chuffed. So I booked it through VRBO.com, and I've been able to secure the villa that I saw at a previously higher rate, which I'm really chuffed about. So this is a really good website. As you can see, you can request to book. It breaks down the price for you. It tells you what you're paying for, when the payments are due, just like the previous website. So next we're going to have a look at hotels. If you're more interested in booking a hotel than a villa, I like to use trivago.co.uk. It's a great website which brings up all the choices of hotels, and it will tell you the cheapest place to book that hotel. So it uses sites such as booking.com, hotels.com, Expedia. If we look at this one, for example, it's going to tell us that hotels.com is the cheapest place to book it. However, booking.com is also available, and that offers free cancellation. It has different room types as well, which it details. So I just think it's a great place to look at all your hotel options, but to have the cheapest price all in one place rather than having to go on each website. It also tells you ones that have like free breakfast. Sometimes it has free parking or resort fees included in the price. So it's just great to see everything all in one place, really, I find. That one has free cancellation, which is a good option as well, especially given the current situation with the pandemic. Next, we'll look at theme park tickets. So this Facebook group that I found on Facebook is excellent. This lady is so helpful. If you pop in all your details of when you're going, etc., she will tell you the best place at that time to buy them. So then there's the websites such as OrlandoAttractionTickets.com. There's so many different theme park ticket websites to use, but a bundle is probably the best way forward to go for us Brits. So a 14-day unlimited ticket, the Disney and Universal Switch ticket there, as you can see, is £741 for adults and £709 for children. So an adult is deemed from 10 years plus, which is daylight robbery, but that's how it goes in the world of Disney. So yeah, I've booked through them before and just paid a deposit. Let's have a look now at what we've looked at and compare them against each other. So first up is the British Airways flights there, £1,804.68 for a family of 4. We'll base the villa on £1,700 just as a rough estimate. As you can see, you can choose more expensive or less expensive. Car hire £682. Theme park tickets are £2,935. Airport parking was £104.99. And then I've based spending money on $150 per day, which is £1,600. So that grand total is £8,869.67 for that option. Next, we're going to look at Virgin Atlantic flights. So they came in slightly more expensive at $2,260 for the family of 4. Everything else will keep the same price for the villa, car hire, theme park tickets, airport parking and spending money. And your ESTA visas down there, which I forgot to mention on the previous one, they're included as well. So that total is $9,325. So that's £455.76 more expensive at the moment than the British Airways. And then next we're going to have a look at the Virgin Holidays package. So you saw that we looked at the package which included the villa, the car hire and the flights. So that was £5,010 We've got the theme park tickets, airport parking, spending money and the visas. So that comes in at £9,692.99. So that is £823.32 more expensive if you were to book it all with Virgin Holidays. Like I say, some people prefer that because it's the most easiest for them.
So as you can see from the comparisons there, British Airways do work out to be the cheapest. I usually do find that British Airways do come in cheaper over Virgin, more so since the pandemic. But some people have a personal preference and prefer to fly with Virgin over British Airways, or vice versa. At the end of the day, I'm just interested in who can get me out to Orlando at the cheapest price. They both offer food and drinks on their flights, and at the end of the day there's not much difference in it for me. But I hope my video was helpful to you, even if it was just to show you some of the places I go to, look at my research, how to do the price comparisons. If you've got any questions, I'll try and answer them. If you comment below, I'll do my best. Like I said, I'm not connected to any of these companies in any shape or form. I just thought I'd do a quick video on how and where I go to do my research for my videos. Don't forget to come back soon. I'm going out to Orlando next week on a solo trip for a week. I will be vlogging that, so I'll have some new videos going up soon with that. And thanks very much for coming by. Don't forget to thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks very much.